rock with none align. My state of mind is to keep a peace of mind. I'm like Malcolm with my piece at the Venetian blinds. I'm trying to manifest some things in my subconscious mind that I have only seen in dreams in my unconscious mind. My dreams unrefined, spring to mind, a state of mind that make it seem this lucky life of mine is pre-designed. And if it is, we thank the Lord, cause that's the mastermind. Yes, Lord. Yes, Lord. Yes, Lord.
The calendar may say autumn, but temperatures are still pretty sweltering here in North Florida. But the good news, the radar is clear. Still, hydration will be key today at TIAA Bank Field in Jacksonville. A few minutes prior to us coming on air, this crowd was jolted into action with the introduction of these Jaguars. They're set for football as the Jags are ready to match up with the Cincinnati Bengals. First carry for the Clemson man, Travis Etienne.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
You draw quarters. Hey, Delta.
Now Lawrence. Looking left side, it's complete. He's got it. Well, this defense for the Bengals, they were excellent a week ago in the win over Pittsburgh.
No matter what coverage was called, they were right in the hip pockets of the receivers all game long. Step for step, running their routes with them. Turned out they were right there every time the ball was in the air, and they came away with 5 interceptions in that one.
And they'll run it. This is James Robinson. And he will be brought down at about the 43 that time. Just a couple on the pickup there, and now it's 3rd down.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
On play action, Lawrence. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free, and it brings up 4th down.
Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
So on now is the Clemson man, Bradley Pinion, to punt this one away. Back deep, Deontay Harris. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. It'll be just an 18-yard punt. And the Bengals will take over here 1st and 10. Now Fields. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. A gain of 6 there on 1st.
Defensively here, you're facing a top-5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20-point score gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. Good job there to locate his tight end, Charles, in the middle of the field.
Yeah, he has good pass-catching abilities, and if they're able to continue to find him here in the early going, I think it'll help out his teammates out on the perimeter. You can take the big shots later if he occupies their attention.
Now a throw here to his running back. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and it'll bring up a 2nd down.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
And he'll head out of bounds inside the 10. Mark him down at the 9.
His passing's been on point on this drive, hasn't it? Been very accurate, gotten the ball downfield, gained nice chunks of yardage. But now, in this situation, the field is really condensed, partner. So if he's going to throw the football, it has to be pinpoint here.
I was going to ask you about that. Field shrinks, has to be sharper, but it's been a good opening drive so far.
Now they just want to see if they can cap it off with the bell ringer and put it in the end zone.
And he is in. Touchdown, Bengals. A great effort there. His 6th touchdown of the season. And the Bengals are going to take a first-quarter lead. An ideal start for them, really. You force the punt, and then you go down and score.
And you've got to see a fist pump on the sideline from the head coach, don't you? Because he's turned into his bench, and he's telling his team, this is how we prepare. Force the punt, go downfield and score. I told you guys, it's just like a boxer in the gym preparing for the fight. Now we get to turn it all loose.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive and hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win first down. You win second down. And guess what? You start accumulating first downs. And that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26.
Give me that ball, defense! Give me that ball! X3, 218, chop! Rush in!
Lawrence. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
Nowhere to go that time. He maybe got a yard up to the 40.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
On 2nd and 9, Lawrence going for the deep ball. Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the Michigan man, Jabril Peppers. What a start defensively. Your offense goes out, gets the touchdown, and then you get the interception. Just perfect.
How about the discipline that they showed on defense? Because after the offense scored to go up 7-zip, you would think they might be a little extra aggressive trying to get back at them. Instead, they read their keys well. When they took the shot downfield, they were more than prepared for that one.
On first down, Fields. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. And he's got it. Touchdown, Bengals. And that looked almost to be a case of, a quarterback saying, hey, I'm going to throw this as far as I can and hope you run under it. Mission accomplished. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And that'll make the score 14-zip. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And they're in an early hole. The first drive, they threw the interception. That led to a touchdown, so decent-sized deficit early on.
It is, but I think you hit the key words, early on. So they have to decide, do we even need to change game plan, or do we just need to execute better and try and get back in this game?
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. Here's Lawrence. The Bengal pressure gets him that time. Down he goes. The Clemson product, DJ Reader, got in for the sack. Well, last game he had 2 sacks. Got another one here, picked up right where he left off.
Brandon, he spent the entire offseason working on new moves, new techniques, trying to add to his arsenal of pass rush moves. Certainly paying dividends in what we've seen so far.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Oh, this will be incomplete. The rush gets home just as he was letting that go. That could have been worse. Instead, it's 4th down. Here's Bradley Pinion now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And now a low liner. I think he mishit it. And not his best effort there, as this one's going to be spotted down just outside of the 40-yard line. On 1st and 10, here's Fields. Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's 2nd down.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes. But the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. A play fake, now Fields to throw. He's got his man on the crossing route. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
They scored touchdowns on drives 1 and 2, and now they're trying to make it a perfect 3 for 3 to start. Mixon. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD. Joe Mixon, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Bengals add on to their lead.
If you didn't know it, it won't surprise you to find out that this team leads the league in scoring. They've been a quick strike team all season long. There's another example. They did it again. This offensive coordinator, right now you can write his ticket towards being a head coach. He's advanced in the ways of offense.
Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And that makes the score 21-0. From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either. Thus far, they have been able to move the line of scrimmage very well in the running game. Almost felt like they said in the huddle, can you guys pass protect? Let's take a big shot downfield. Didn't get it on that one, but they may come back to it again.
Now a throw here, hauled in. And they're able to get this one across the 35.
When you're struggling on offense, you're looking for anything possible to get you going. Sometimes you do it like basketball teams that don't normally press. You put a press on, bring people to life, make them move a little bit quicker. Maybe that'll help them as they head towards the half.
Flushed out right. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49.
That was an excellent job of recognizing the situation. His first read wasn't there. Heck, his second read wasn't there. But he bought himself a little extra time scrambling out of the pocket, got to the sticks, and picked up the first down.
They go play action with Lawrence. And he'll be taken down by the Bengal pressure. DJ Reader, able to record his 5th sack of the season. Well behind the sticks here with a 2nd and 18. Another try after the first down sack. Lawrence. Oh, that'll be incomplete. He took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They've looked lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
And that will be incomplete. Problems on 3rd down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on 3rd down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert them or don't get to 3rd down in the first place. Get your big chunks of yards on 1st and 2nd down.
So holding there on the return, and that'll back them up to start the next drive.
Yeah, that's a pretty easy call right there, partner. I think when the officials look in their manual and see the expression jersey getting pulled, that's a flag coming out every time.
He's going to loft one deep left side here. And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked up by Justin Reed. Well, this offense has had their way for the most part here in this first half, but that time, maybe they got a little greedy.
Well, it is hard to blame them, isn't it? Because like they said back in the 1980s, greed can be good. Stick with what's been working. But that time, I think you got a little bit too much air under that one, and it turned into a turnover that was much needed by that defense.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And this, you'd hate to say that a drive in the first half must end in points, but you're down 21-0. They're going to have to get something going fairly quickly.
I would agree totally with that, because if you're going to mount the comeback, it's going to have to come in bits and pieces. It doesn't just all come at one time, right? We haven't seen anything more than a 6-point touchdown ever in this game, right? So that's how it has to be done. Get points on the board now. Start your comeback, but you're exactly right. Let's get it going right here in this spot.
Now a nice play defensively on 1st down as this is knocked away and incomplete.
Receiver coaches preach to their guys all the time. Separation, that's what's going to make the play successful. That time there was very little, and I think they were actually fortunate that it was only knocked away and not intercepted.
He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards.
Vision is so important for the man in the middle, because his ability to look through all the clutter that's happening in front of him, diagnose a play, and then go make it and finish it, that's when the great ones know that they have the goods.
On 3rd down, Lawrence. He rifles one, that's going to be intercepted. Picked up by Jesse Bates. And the Bengals are going to get it back here just shy of the 20. Boy, we've seen a lot of mistakes here in this first half, and another there on the interception.
Yeah, they're certainly starting to pile up, aren't they? Because, let's face it, we expect a miscue here and there, but they're already down 3 scores and still giving the ball away. If they want to get back into this one, they've got to take care of the ball, because right now the way they're playing doesn't say a whole lot for their chances.
They throw right away, and that's complete out on the right side. And he'll be marked down at the 26 with a gain of 7.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 26-yard line.
They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. He's going to float this one deep right side. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Shaquille Griffin with a pick, and he's able to get it back here to the 43-yard line. They are in an interception mood on defense. Had 2 nice interceptions a week ago. Now 2 here in the first half.
Yeah, we call it ball hawking. And the only way to truly be good ball hawks is not guessing. It's not just simply anticipation. It's study and understanding what they like to do and beating them to the spot and creating big plays.
Well, they're watching the film, and it's working. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6. I see an extra defensive back on the field. Little surprise here on 3rd and 1. Looking to throw, Lawrence. And that's complete ETN out of the backfield. And he is going to have a Jags first down as they get 5 there on 3rd and 2.
But with the score where it is, you're not thinking field goals right now. You need touchdowns. So that was a much-needed conversion there on 3rd down.
On 1st down, Lawrence. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by the Michigan man, Jabril Peppers. And the Bengals are going to get the football here as he gets this up to the 38-yard line. Second straight drive now here, Charles, that have ended with an interception.
And I just wonder, because I don't think it's going to rattle him necessarily, but I also wonder if it's going to unnerve him a little bit. Does it lead to another one? Or does he find a way to pull it together and become sharp again?
And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. On 1st down, it's Fields. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Similar to a shooter in basketball who just connected on the previous shot. They run another set for him on the next play. Now we had a guy who made the catch. They tried to get the big one downfield, but came up empty.
2nd and 10. Fields again. Wide open receiver complete. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Fields. Escaping the pressure right. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. So we have reached halftime here, and it's the visiting Bengals out in front. As we send you a couple hours south of here to Orlando, that's where we check in with a coach and our EA Sports Halftime Report. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Bengals set to receive. They have the lead and the football to begin quarter number 3. From the 10. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. The Bengals drive about to get going. And it's hard to imagine that the first half could have gone any better for them. So what's the approach here in the second half?
Just continue to play smart football because they got the other team down and they feel good about the position they're in. The obvious thing people would say is just keep attacking, but I think you also have to be smart about it. Avoid turnovers. That's about the only thing that can derail you at this point. Attack, but make sure you take care of the ball.
Here's a handoff out of the gun, and he stopped immediately there. Devon Hamilton with the tackle. So, Charles, you talk about this head coach and his future with this franchise. Look, it's been a frustrating year, and I think we saw some of that frustration boil over at his weekly press conference earlier in the week.
Yeah, he's trying to say all the right things, isn't he? But he's heard the rumors. He knows what's going on out there. And right now, he is tired of having to answer the question, are you on the hot seat in every meeting with reporters? This week, he kind of said, I've had enough. And I don't blame him. He looks like a guy that may very well be out the door.
3rd and long. It's Fields. He'll find his running back, Joe Mixon. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the 3rd quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
And he's going to take this across midfield into Jacksonville territory. A good run there on 1st down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2. Well, they'll run it here on the jet sweep. And he's going to get this one down near the 45-yard line. It'll be a gain of 2 on the play, but they'll remain a few inches short here with third down looming. From the gun, he'll hand this off. And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they are playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
They're able to push forward for about 4 down to the 37.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
Back to Mixon on second down. And he is close to a first down as he's tackled at the Jaguars' 32. It's a 5-yard gain, but they'll still be a yard short here with third down now looming. And he's got the first as they'll bring him down at the 28-yard line. That time the conversion comes courtesy of the RPO.
And know what it did? It moved the sticks. Nice pickup on third down. Even better decision.
Mixon with a first down carry. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play there. Second down. Maybe I'm wrong, but it looked like even if he had opted to keep that, I don't think there was going to be much to gain.
Seemed like it was perfectly defense. And know what they say? Those guys on the other side, they get paid too.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Again, it's Mixon. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. 48 yards on the ground for him so far. A lot to praise on this drive, obviously. I know you're seeing what I'm seeing. Those guys up front, they're getting it done.
Doesn't matter what play is called. They are handling their business at the line of scrimmage and dominating right now on this drive.
And this defense going to bring out a couple extra DBs here on 3rd and a yard. Hands it off out of the gun. And he's able to pick up the first down before he's tackled right at the 10. Back now in Jacksonville. And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10. An option handoff here to Mixon. And able to get him inside the 5 here, just inside the 5 to about the 4. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. Good gain there on first down, and keeps them in a running situation probably.
They did everything right on that play, didn't they? They got the leverage up front, good blocking, nice hold.
And he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown. Joe Mixon with his 2nd touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And the Bengals are about to make it 4 straight as they add to this 4th quarter advantage. Extra point by McPherson, up and good, and it is 28-0. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. Remember, they have won 3 straight, but getting to 4 straight does not appear to be in the cards as they are in a big 4th quarter hole. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down.
Well, they did throw interceptions on their last 2 drives, so no surprise at all they decided to start it with a running play. I'm actually a little bit surprised, though, that they got as much out of it as they did.
Yeah, decent little gain. Puts them in a pretty good spot for second down. 2nd and 6, just inside the 30.
Mike's 50, Mike.
Here's a give to Etienne. And flags come in as he gets forward for about 3 yards. Now let's check on the call. So he was holding from that left tackle position.
Everyone tries to keep their hands inside when they're blocking ever since they liberalized the rules where you can extend them out. But sometimes they get out a little wide and they get detected grabbing some cloth.
On second down, a run with Etienne. And a nice run past the 30-yard line there. 9 good yards there on the run, and now 3rd down.
But you got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball because they were in a 2nd and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to 3rd and manageable with that run.
And they'll go again with Etienne. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. 45 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries.
On 3rd down, that's a good job of situational football and understanding where the first down marker was and getting there.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. A handoff for Etienne. And a good swarm to the football defensively as they get him down at about the 40. It was Jordan Evans making the play defensively.
Brings up 2nd and 9 at the 40-yard line.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Lawrence with the handoff to Robinson. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, so that doesn't help. Now they're looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation. Here's Lawrence to throw. The Bengal pressure gets him that time. Down he goes. Joseph Osai in there to get him for a loss of 3, and it will be 4th down. Uh-oh. Here's Bradley Pinion now as he's on to punt for Jacksonville. And this one will wind up being down just outside of that 20-yard line. Charles, you'd said the magic number was probably right around 20 for this defense because they're facing one of the top 5 offenses in the league in terms of points scored. They've had their moments, but this offense just a little too good, isn't it?
They really are because no matter what you do to make an adjustment on defense, they've had an answer for it.
And he'll get this one up to the 26. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. You know, if following up on this head coach and the pressure that he is under, CD, I want to switch it to you because you've been on winning teams, but I know you've been in similar situations too where things just are not going well. How do you approach that as a player?
It's a tough approach, Brandon, because you actually have to do the opposite of what you would think. You know, in your mind, you're thinking, I redouble my efforts, I go harder. In a sense, you have to back off a little bit. You have to do a little bit less. Do what you're supposed to do, but don't take on the pressures of doing more and trying to do your teammates' jobs as well. If you do that, that's really going to lead you to more issues.
And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. And they take a knee. And they'll indeed take a knee. So first and second down went in the wrong direction. They'll try to do better here on 3rd and 13. So this one in the win column now for the Cincinnati Bengals. And this was truly a total team effort, Charles, on both sides of the ball.
So they absolutely pitched a shutout, so it can't get much better than that, right? The defense led the way, but the offense did their part as well. They moved the ball up and down the field. So you've got to like what you saw. What do they call that? A total team effort? I think when it's time to hand out game balls, guys from both sides will end up getting one.
So for Cincinnati, that early momentum continues here as they move to 4-0. And they'll return home next week to take on the Cleveland Browns. Meanwhile, for Jacksonville, the defeat is their first of the year as they drop to 3-1. And they'll try to turn it around next week as they head to Atlanta for a matchup with the Falcons.